sleeping till noon, gonna do what I do, girl. Hell no, it ain't you, girl. Yeah, I've heard it before, and I know that it hurts. Baby, you ain't the first girl who tried to holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. There's only one way this seems. You on the porch crying, girl, don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in. But that's your fault, hell you.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheeseheads on, and it filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And here we go from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Ready?
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready, ready?
Right up the gut. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to have this up and across midfield corner to the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
17 yards.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, well, you can't do it better than that.
Let's go now. 19, 18. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Go.
Going to the ground again on first. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
19.
They'll go play action. His first throw is an interception. Edgerrin Cooper takes it away. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Giant in some discomfort following that play. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Get it. Bronco East.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
On the stick.
5-yard line.
Ready. 76. Ready.
Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Well, it is second down, Brock, and they've got a full 24 yards to go here after that sack.
18, Cougar 19.
Back to throw now. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, the positive out of back-to-back picks with these two teams is that is reassuring for this defense. Thrown into a sudden change environment, able to come through, pick their guys up, and get that football right back through their offense.
Come on, set. 60 vices, 60 vices. Ready?
Now running here with Jaden Blue. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by Quay Walker.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Cougar 19.
Here's a design run. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up third down.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front. Gosh, this QB just makes routine such effortless running to pick up a handful on that design run.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Ready? Ready.
Quick throw is caught. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it. So almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. This drive's going to start with a run by McLaughlin. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10, looking to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is McLaughlin. And all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
At the 48-yard line.
Jump.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Steady.
I'll throw it. On the move. Hit it right. He tucks it and takes off. And he goes down to avoid a hit. So give him a gain of close to 4. That's going to set up 2nd down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Let's go now.
There's a dive up the middle. Hop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Go. Ready.
Throw here, third down. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left with fourth down here.
Okay, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Blue here from the pistol. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks. It really creates some indecision now defensively.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
That's completed out to the right. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and just 2 to go.
Come on. Hey.
Man in motion here. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Trying to set up that screen, but it falls incomplete. And now they're facing 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Apparently a little too long to run the field goal unit out. The offense staying put to go for it.
70 Timberwolves.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, and they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Finds his man over the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Trap 60. Go.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Reeled in by Jayden Reed. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Well into the red zone now at the 15. So we saw dueling interceptions in a turnover-laden first quarter. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Ready to go with the second quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Working inside the red zone. He completes it in traffic. And He's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Ready.
They'll work against the blitz. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. That's a situation where you got to know on first down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the first row.
Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. And it's picked up by the Giants. It's a foot race into the red zone. And New York takes it back for a touchdown. The Giants get the game's first points here in the second. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that bump. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on the scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Extra point is up and good from Sly. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes first and 10. Working now from the gun. Connects with his back. Jaleel McLaughlin. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. A nice skate of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. All set to go now from the 35.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And 3 yards is all he was going to get. It's second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Takes the second down snap. Gets him on the quick hitter. And they don't get any help on this second down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, Giants coming out in a dime look.
Let's go now. Viking, 18. Go.
To the air on third and long. That's to Reed again. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Back to pass on first and 10. Taking a chance to the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. It gets second down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10.
60 by 60 by. Ready.
Sticking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. to him as he was trying to make something happen. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Giants going dime coverage here, Brock. 6 DBs out there, 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have this one down to the 20.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down.
Tag. Tap to 60, tap to 60.
From the red zone now. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready, right?
Looking to throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one going to go against the D. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a 4th down, it's back to 1st.
Ready.
Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal.
Viking 18. Ready.
Running it after the penalty. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who've got to have short memories. You tell me these 2 defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Forced out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Yeah. Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Anticipating the pass, defense out there in dime. It's 3rd and goal.
Viking 8, go.
He's going to throw it. Catch made. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Came Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Bronco, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half. And they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
A 3rd down run with Blue. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. First and 10 now from the 46.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, one defender failed. His buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Give on second here to Blue. His drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Enter and Cooper there to make the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third and long. They're going to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Up the middle, Blue. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Slot man's in motion right. Second and 10. Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. They'll throw, third and long. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And they get this down to the 28. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
He's going to throw it again. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's going to be third and short coming up.
Come on. Crack all 80.
Here he is on third and short. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be fourth and short. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this. Fourth down. They're going to throw for it. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Pass play on first and 10. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play in his drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
brings up second and 20 at the 14-yard line.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. On the return, here's Palmer. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
Hey, we're dead even here through 2 quarters, and you know exactly what that means. That means both coaching staffs emphasize coming out strong here to begin the second half. Well, that return puts you in great position to do so, and maybe even take control of this game.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer.
Now come out throwing. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
Here we go, check. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let's go.
Air it out on third. Short pass brought in. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. Fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Blue running to the right. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Timberwolves.
Working on first down. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
He's caught just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard. It's going to be second down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Third and 4 coming up now.
Buffalo 18. Buffalo 80.
Pass play now. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And they're gonna have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Ready up.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles.
Blue is in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants grab the lead on their first series of the half. Here's Sly to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Ready. Get up.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Here we go. Set. 70 Lions. Go.
They'll work against the blitz. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. All right, we got an injury, Brock. That is Matthew Golden who's shaken up. Training staff out there with him.
Ready. Break.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Back. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Look.
Throwing now on first down. Gets it through the middle. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. So that's going to go as a pickup of 36 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. The QB just nailed it.
He beams one deep right side. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers can tie it up after hitting Painter in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
Okay, break.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10.
Ready? 19, 18.
On the give, it's Blue. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go.
Setting up to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Pass play coming here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Come on. Set. 6 the Eagles.
Throw here, 3rd down. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. And this just gets past the 20 before going out.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check. Go.
Here's the handoff. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th.
Ready?
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Let's go now. 18. Ready?
Throwing off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Dive play straight ahead. And they'll find him for a few. It's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a fourth quarter lead. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Now here's Cam Scannaboo on the ground. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. Give him 24 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. First down, and they go right back to it. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Looking in the air here. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of the gain of the 8. 3rd down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
They've got a man in motion. Quick throw is caught. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Come on. Fix the Eagles.
Scannaboo now from the gun. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? To get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a play caller, kid, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, when they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Oh, no! The ball is loose! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And from where that fumble came from, 0 chance they were going to turn a profit on that play, right? But at least they did get it back. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. And if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Got all of it, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So 2nd down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
A handoff. Here's McLaughlin. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and
3rd down. Giants coming out in a dime look. Back to throw it. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Tag. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, carry by McLaughlin. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts.
the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Go. Cougar 19. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
On the set.
4 guys out wide. Here we go, 3rd and long. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the 1st down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
Little on for the field goal. A 68-yard attempt.
Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Obviously, Kate, that miss would have made it a touchdown game. But think of it this way, it's still a touchdown game. But instead of it forcing overtime, now it's going to give them a loss.
Come on.
From the pistol, he gave to Scatterboot. They're backed up. Not the stop they could afford, Brock. He just want to lose his yards. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Knocking, 18, rattling, 18, rattling.
Desperation time here. Forced out to his right. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
So this is a Packers win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every